Hello wrestling fans, the Wrestling Wizard here, and welcome to another video. Now I cannot believe it's that time of the week again to dive into the latest Bray Wyatt shenanigans, and boy oh boy did this week's episode of SmackDown not disappoint. Just as we thought we were getting somewhere in kind of semi-solving this whole Bray Wyatt storyline, we were pretty convinced that Bray was Uncle Howdy. There was a major twist in the tale. We're going to get into all the shenanigans, but before we get into those, as always, be really appreciative if you could like the video, share the video, even better, subscribe if you're new, and as always, get down in the comments section and share your thoughts and opinions. Now, first of all, we got to start off with the fact that there was some kind of amateur footage of video in portrait mode, which always makes me laugh because that always seems to be someone that doesn't have a clue how to use a camera. I'm assuming because it went on TikTok, but LA Knight was getting full-on abducted. Literally, there was like this hand, this white hand with a glove, like creepily caressing the face. There was LA Knight in the Uncle Howdy mask. But more importantly, at the start, there was the words, "Let me in. Not by the hair of my chin, chin, chin." Again, another Three Pigs reference, which if we go all the way back to the White Rabbit trails, remember just before Bray came, there was that pig segment in that sort of creepy, eerie voice, and then Huskus was revealed. So could this potentially be a tie-in and a link with the Firefly Funhouse? You know, this could go so many directions, but nonetheless, LA Knight full-on abducted, and it's safe to say he was not impressed. He came down to the ring and basically said, "Look, I know it was you," and basically that he's going to stomp it out of him. And then, of course, Bray came down to the ring, and we've got to start off by saying, like, what a touching tribute to Brody Lee with the yeah. Massive pop from the crowd, obviously pleased to be in Chicago. And he basically started off by saying, "Look, I'm sick of you. You're barking up the wrong tree. I haven't touched you. Deep down, we know how this story ends, don't we? I'm going to give you one more chance to deliver your message. You better make it worth my while." Now, what did Bray mean by that? Like, you better beat me down hard because I'm going to come back twice as hard. It was like, again, this split personality version of Bray, and LA Knight, unfazed, stomped a mud hole on Bray in the corner of the ring. And Wade Barrett was definitely right in saying LA Knight is messing with forces he doesn't understand, because Bray is like full on going, "Look, give me all you got." LA sort of fell for it, attacked Bray, and that was probably a big mistake because Mr. Howdy, Uncle Howdy, popped up on the screen. And at this stage, I thought, oh, this is just going to be another video message. This is the darker voices in Bray's mind. I was convinced of it. And then he sort of said, little pig, little pig, little pig, what have you done? You want to see something really scary?" And of course, at this point, LA's unfazed again, stomps Bray. He's not really particularly bothered. And then he looks like he's absolutely crapped his pants, because he then asks Bray, "Who is that?" And then, of course, we see another person, a physical Uncle Howdy. And this is really, really cool. The visuals on this with all the smoke and the effects. WWE absolutely smash it out the park with that. And then he sort of tipped the hat. And you could see the fear on LA Knight's face then. He was definitely rethinking his strategy at that point. And one thing that stood out to me straight away was obviously that is a physical representation of someone else. Bray is in the ring. So yes, in front of us, it looks and appears that somebody else is Uncle Howdy. Now, there's going to be all the theories. We are going to do a separate video on that either tomorrow or Monday, basically breaking down who it could potentially be, because there's going to be loads of theories regarding that. But the first thing that stood out to me is it's definitely not Eric Rowan. Eric Rowan's 6'8". It's definitely not Dutch, because Dutch is like 6'4". Vincent's 6 foot and Bo Dallas is 6'1". So looking at it, you'd think the most likely is it could be Vincent. Or is Bray swerving us and Bray is basically paying someone to represent Uncle Howdy to make LA Knight believe that it's someone else, and actually it's Bray playing the mind games, and Uncle Howdy still is the ghost of Bray's darkest thoughts, and he's bringing a phony version, if you like, to life to trick LA Knight. And what I love about all this is the little details. When LA Knight is interacting, I suppose you could say, with the Uncle Howdy on the ramp and looking in absolute shock and fear, Bray wipes his face, like wipes his nose, and he's done this a couple of times, and his expression either turns to anger or laughter. In this occasion, it turned to laughter, and couple that with the laughter with the Uncle Howdy effects. It was absolute genius. Like, it was eerie, it was creepy, like the smoking effects, as I said earlier, just added to it. But at this stage, I'm still not entirely convinced that somebody else is supposed to represent Howdy. Now, obviously, physically, that is someone else, because Bray's in the ring and Howdy's on the ramp. But what if Bray is just playing the ultimate mind games with LA Knight? As always, get down in the comments section, share your thoughts and opinions on what you think is happening, who you think is playing Uncle Howdy. But at this stage, we've got to digest this a little bit longer, haven't we? Because it could go so many directions. Thank you so much for watching the video. As always, be really appreciative if you could like the video, share the video, and even better, subscribe if you're new. And we'll catch you in the next one.